Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 24 properties in total, and stay tuned for the end because there's a really nice set of homes over $1 million. So we're going to start off with, there's 2 at 100 Millside. There's a 1-bedroom here, which I think is great value. You've basically got $240,000 for a 1-bedroom between 700 and 800 square feet. Complaint on these units is there's no balcony, but you've got a nice southern view there. You can watch the sunsets. You're on the 15th floor, so you're probably seeing Escarpment. You're seeing the city of Toronto on the other side, so nice panoramic view. And really, if you're okay with a 1-bedroom, 1 parking spot, so for a widow or widower, nice space. $404 on maintenance fees, includes heat, hydro, cable, basically the whole shebang except property taxes and maybe your phone. Millside, this one here is $324.9. The building, funny enough, is not curved. That's basically a fisheye lens. It's a straight building, very close to downtown, great convenient location, mostly kind of a senior 50-plus crowd in here. I've done a little bit of work. It's the corner, but it's the northeast corner. We just saw the southeast on a bit of a higher floor, listed at $350, got an offer after a couple weeks. And so it's funny, there really can be a 20,000 difference in view, especially when you look at this one here. So the southeast view is going to get, or sorry, the southwest view is going to get the mill pond plus all that panorama that we saw from the other one. Whereas the straight south view, you don't always get that mill pond off to the side. $601 on the fees, but we talked about how much more that includes. So there's buildings in town that are new that are $300, $350 a month for the same size unit, but you're not getting anything extra on top. So it's actually not that far off. You get more amenities, pool, all that kind of stuff. They keep the gardens really well in that building. Hamilton is $409, 1130 square feet plus a finished basement. And this model, I have nothing against this. I'm all for people striving for the highest price. I just don't know if this model's ready. Like, we're talking a month or two ago, these were selling with finished basements, $380, $390. Might be a little bit on the ambitious side. Transom Crescent's been out for a long time. There's actually the same model as this one for sale, or very similar, I should say, on Azleton right now for less money. They've just been hanging around. They have that stigma. I'm not a big fan of these sort of striped kitchen cabinets. You gotta take the blue off your appliances. No one wants blue appliances. They want stainless steel. Simple, easy thing to do. And probably put that in the discard pile just because there's better options out there. This one on Duncan Lane is 1675 square feet townhouse. Faces train tracks. So, you know, again, not the biggest fan of that location. If the inside looks good, they might have a shot at that price. Hepburn is $463, 1,500 square foot home. It's called a Brent Grove. If you remember yesterday, I couldn't remember the model name. The old one's called the Lynbrook. The new one's called the Brent Grove. And so they've done the chef's kitchen. There's the direct access to the garage. So bringing groceries into your house is very easy. Small bed here, like great, you know, I guess non-cluttered is probably better than having too much stuff. And there's a couple trees in the backyard. I feel like the price is a little bit high compared to what else they've sold for. These ones tend to hover more in the kind of $440, $450 range. Pringle is a detached home. I have seen this one. There's our listing over at 988 Savaline right now with a custom kitchen, marble countertops, hardwood floors. It probably would beat this one on upgrades for around the same price, but detached in that range. You've seen semi-detached in the same price range. Why not go for detached? But there are always people that say, you know what, instead of a 1,400 square foot detached, I can buy an 1,800 square foot town. So that can sometimes be the competition, is the size versus being fully detached. Cumming is $489. 1725 square feet, and nice upgrades in the kitchen. But really, for with the finished basement, you can find a little bit bigger and a little bit newer for the same kind of money. That's almost $500,000. Donovan here's a little bit higher price. It's 2,200 square feet. It's an azalea model. It looks like the flooring is a hardwood floor. It looks like it's a wider plank hardwood. Living dining in the front, then you've got your kitchen and family in the back. 9-foot ceilings, Nice finishes from Heathwood. They really built a nice home. And then you've got 4 bedrooms upstairs, usually with a little office nook as well. So well designed, well finished, and this one does not have a finished basement. Might be leaning a little bit on the high side for this model. We've seen a couple in the last few months that have sold for closer to $500,000, but this one looks like it's slightly better finish-wise. The outside of that one looks like vinyl siding, but it's actually called hardyboard, and it was an upgrade, and it actually has a lot of good insulation properties, and if you see it up close, it actually looks really nice. Willow Avenue is 559, and I think we showed this one yesterday. I kind of have different views the more I look at it. I'm going to see it later on today, so if you do want some direct feedback for it, you can always just send me an email or give me a call. Backs onto a park. It looks like the finishes are nice in the kitchen. You've got a good sized backyard, well cared for home. And you know, the more I think about what's been selling over $500,000, usually the bungalows don't sell for this. Usually it's more the 2 stories or the back splits with a little bit more size. And we talked about how convenient it is to have that sort of direct access right into your basement for like an in-law suite for older relatives. We see a lot more combined families now where the parents are now moving in with the kids, and this is one of the layouts that would perfectly configure itself for that. And Willow is a good street too. It's on the south side, so you're not finding any influence with any of the busier roads that it backs onto. I'm starting to change my mind. I thought it was a bit high, but I think it's actually a good property now. So Caverhill is 524. It's a Pilgrim model. It's 1740 square feet. And the last 2 models that have sold, this particular model, one was in the low 5s, one was at $500,000. So they are competing against direct model competition that's sold for less than this. This one might be a shade better in terms of upgrades, finishes, details, but you're still fighting that direct comparison for whatever's been selling. It looks like the yard is a little bit deeper too. It says 37 by 97. Typically the lot is about 80 feet. Maybe that gets them some extra money. It is possible for these guys to get this kind of price. It seems like the detached homes are a little bit quieter lately. This one on Bar's been hanging around. It's, I believe, about 1,700 square feet. The newer version of the Lindsay model, well finished inside, and you've got a bigger lot, so you're basically the same size as the previous one. You're $5,000 more. You lose the basement, you get the wider lot here, but the other one, the width of this one is good, but the depth is always the winner because that's farther from the neighbors, and that's what people really want. So from a direct comparison standpoint, I would say the other one might even get this one on Bart. Bart is a great street. You've got a park right at the end of the road. You're right by Hawthorne Village School. Tupper is $599. Double car garage, 2,300 square feet. And overall, even though Tupper's a bit of a busier street, I got to figure for the size of this home and the finishes aren't bad. You've got some hardwood upstairs on both levels. It's a little harder to sell a vacant home, and you've got a bit of landscaping here. I got to give this one a 2 thumbs up. I really like the price point. Some of the Mattamy stuff, same price point as this, has gone way over $600,000. It's all brick on the outside. I think that one's going to find a buyer pretty quick. Guelph Line for 9, almost 10 acres of property. It needs a little bit of work, but the land itself is getting close to being worth $599, so it's a little further. It's a little north of 25 Side Road, but I really think this one has a lot to offer for the money. It's been around for a while, although in rural terms, if a home is well priced, it could sit there for 6 months. That's just the nature of rural real estate. It's a lot different than the city, and it's funny when city agents show some of your listings in the country and they say, hey, it's been on the market 90 days, what's up with it? And it's like, if you do business in the country, that's just the pace of listing. If you want to sell a country home in a week, you pretty much have to half price it because it's not a guarantee. It's a much more specific kind of crowd that's looking for that stuff. Cedar Brae is $599. What I can see from here, it's an in-ground pool. It's 4 bedrooms, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. There's been the last few that have had renovation with a pool and the size of lot have gone for 609, 612, 630 in this neighborhood on busier streets than Cedar Brae. So even if this one's in okay shape, $599 is looking like a very attractive price for it. So we'll wait for the photos. There's no photos there. Asleton is 614.9. It's I think they call this a Plan 12. It's like a wood lily. If you look up Anatomy Wood Lily, you can find the floor plan. 2540 square feet, I think is the range. I like the colors. I like the finishes. The garage is staggered, which means you get a kind of a whole extra room on your main floor. You lose a driveway space though. Cream color kitchen cabinets though. You've got kind of a medium tone counter, backsplash, stainless steel. You've got a window seat here. It's all set up very well. You've got your master with the fireplace. Not sure if that's included with the sale. White pickets. The fence looks good. It's a or not the fence. The stairs look good. It's a nice curved staircase here. Upgraded countertops. That's just awesome to me. And I've seen models that aren't half as nice as this one that have sold in this price range. Same model as this one. So this is a good deal. There's nothing, it appears like there's nothing scary close by. If you look at where it is on the map, 837 Asleton right here. If you look at there's 3-story townhouses right here on Tight Court. Open space here. You got basically a park. It's zoned for open space, so you don't have anything there that's really there's a little bit of future development, but I'm not sure what you can do on a weird shape of land over here. So it's nice. I don't know why it's not selling. It looks like it's definitely in the zone. Pettitte Trail is 619. We're over 2,000 square feet for sure. I think closer to 2,100 square feet. Hardwood floors. You've got a nice kitchen here. Then you've got 4 bedrooms plus a loft upstairs, and you've got a basement that they called an apartment. I mean, you have to be careful how you use that term. A second suite, in-law suite is probably more appropriate, and it's a pretty quiet street too. So 619, it looks like it has a lot to offer for that price. Sydenham is 2,839 square feet. They say it's approximately 29. Technically, you round down, it's closer to 2,800 square feet, but it's a good model. It's called a Anatomy Juneberry, and upgraded pickets. 719, you know, it's okay. I think there's better around the 700 range than this one. You got to put a fence in. You're probably sharing that cost with your neighbors for about $1,500. Stout is 769. And so all brick. Jasper Village Conservatory built this one. It's about 2,800 square feet. So around the same size as the previous one. The problem with this one, and it bothers me to no end, I'm 6'3". I hit my head on this when I walk out. So this sliding door should be an extra foot higher. It drives me crazy why they would do that. And the reason I would never buy this particular model. And so yeah, builder finish basement on this one. I don't know, I like other stuff in the range a little bit better. This one on Sixth Line is so nice, we showed it twice. So it's in the other link from the Oakville Milton system. 10 acres on this one, fully renovated. Nice renos in here. You've got your all your built-in appliances, your stone mantle, your glass shower here. You've got trees, but it's not woodsy, so you're not getting that same kind of buggy kind of thing that you get in the rural section. Nice exterior lights. It looks like you've got a little bit of a pond right here too. Awesome, awesome stuff. Walkout basement. Lovely. Big fan of this one here. And then we hop over. Oh, I'm giving you a sneak peek at the last one, which is really something special. Bell Street is 649, and so I don't have any pictures of this one here. All I can show you is really the road view from this one. It looks like a detached garage here. You can kind of scroll around. If you put in Google Maps 115 Bell, it should drop you right in that zone. That's all I know. 649. We'll have to see what happens. It's very close to the fairgrounds, and there's a lot of things I do like. There's the Sixth Line one again, just in case you missed it the first time, because it's awesome. 1.75 gets you this one on Lower Baseline. Now, there's always that thing is like how much is attributable to the house and the land and the location. So it's a very convenient location. You've got 16 Mile Creek that kind of winds down here. It looks like it's a 5-bedroom house, kind of a century style, huge in-law suite addition. You've got a massive garage, but the land itself is not that big. So you have, it says between 1 and 3 acres here. So let's see what happens with it. It's they're certainly commanding a premium for being close to town. Then there's this one on Appleby. It's been for sale before. This is kind of an iconic picture. You have that nice panoramic view for the fireworks. That would have been amazing. You could see the fireworks right across. So you're right at the top of the escarpment here, and you've got 3.7 acres. You've got a house that really plays second fiddle to very few homes. It's lovely inside. You've got a bit of a waffle ceiling here, lots of built-ins, and I really love the way this one looks. Imagine hanging out right there on your porch, just kind of watching the world go by. So, or your deck, your porch, whatever you want to call it. Simply awesome. And they've named it Woodcliff, so you know your house is cool when it gets a special name. That is the list for today, and if you want to see anything, especially this one on Appleby, give me a call and we'd be glad to help you. And you know what you're getting from us is straight up honesty. You're getting good experience. We've helped over 1,000 people go through this process, and you're going to find it's probably a lot different than most realtors will give you. So anyway, if you're interested in our help, just reach out to us, email, phone call, and we'll do a great job. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.